Hola, soy Aurora Flores, and we're celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. This is Historias, Salsa Music, New York City. We were the second generation of Puerto Ricans that were already in New York City. And we took that music of our parents and we just updated it. We added a dollop of jazz, a splash of rock and roll, a pinch of R&B, harmonies from doo-wop. And we took all this together and put it into one big pot. Music of Cuba, music of Puerto Rico, music of Santo Domingo. And we put it in a big pot and let it boil, and poof, we had salsa. What was happening back then, while all the American kids were doing the twist, we were doing the pachanga. Also, it was a great time because there was music in the schools. And many of those children of Puerto Ricans that were here they already had little bands. So they were getting music in the schools, classically trained, but then they were out in the streets and they were jamming with their friends. And then by the 70s, we had tuned congas. There was congas on every corner. Everyone had this fever to play congas. And I have to tell you, because of salsa, today, I see conga drums in classical music settings. I had never seen that before. And only after like Dizzy Gillespie and Chano Pozo in 1948, when they came out with Manteca, all the jazz ensembles started adding congas. I had all these guys singing, everyone wants to do the cha-cha-cha, the cha-cha-cha, the cha-cha-cha. So there was, again, an inbreeding, a mixing of these genres within the American setting that we were at. Now, Puerto Ricans lived right next door to African Americans. We went to the same schools, the same jobs, and the same jails, and we marched in the same protest lines. So we were mixing all of this. And salsa is basically a music with roots in Africa that was developed and enhanced on the island of Cuba and Puerto Rico and Santo Domingo, but it found the spotlight in New York City. I always loved music. Since I was a little girl, my grandfather played accordion. My uncles would come over. I had one uncle who played cuatro, another who played guitar, another one who sang opera. We would jam, and I was so into it. My grandfather would give me 2 spoons, and I would play along with them. And after a while, he'd let me play the bass part on the accordion while he played the melodies. I'm 5 years old, 6 years old. And when you heard them, they didn't need singers. The instruments were the singers, and they would take that orchestra into 2nd gear, into 3rd gear. I mean, it was the kind of music that came at you. You could feel the wave of energy pick you up from your chair and make you dance. Salsa, it was just a commercial term. A new music was born on the streets of New York. And this was music that we got it from our parents, but then we updated it. So it was a new music. And most people think salsa sprang from Cuban soil or Puerto Rican shores. It didn't. It rose from the streets of East Harlem, the boulevards of the South Bronx. It was an outgrowth of the embargo. It was inbreeding among Blacks, Jews, and Latinos, the offspring of a changing community. And this is what salsa is. You know, it is an American music that came from us, and we rebooted it, and that's salsa.